Hi, I'm Marie, and this is a quick overview of how I create a textured look by using layers in watercolours. I start by building up the base colour that I can see on a section, and then allowing that to dry off slightly while I move over and begin painting in these markings onto a slightly damp white background. Using short brush strokes, I add in the patterns that I can see on the surface of this petal. And then using a clean, barely damp brush, I help these markings to soften into the background or base layer. I let each layer dry off and then continue to add more layers of surface pattern to create the textured surface that I want. I slightly darken the hue or tone of my mix as I go along, as I want each subsequent layer to stand out from the one below. And this really creates depth in your painting by creating the layers of washes and markings and adjusting the hue and the tone of the colour as you go. I also take note of the shapes of the pattern that are on the surface of the petals and regularly change the size of my brush so that I can differ the markings or the shape of the patterns as I go along. I'm also really aware of the much lighter backgrounds and use a much more watered down mix for these, still always gently blending in the edges of any markings or shapes that I apply, so that I get a smooth transition and a natural looking surface. I use a much more saturated mix of my paint when I want very dark dramatic markings, such as these veins here. By keeping my mix dark and saturated, but painting onto a damp surface, I manage to keep the depth of the colour, but produce a natural looking marking as the edges of the painted area will gently dissipate into the layers underneath, therefore making it a more natural finish. If you find this method useful, make sure that you like and subscribe so that you don't miss any upcoming tips and techniques in watercolour painting. This pansy is available as a full tutorial inside the Watercolour Members Club. The link is below if you'd like to learn more. It's a lot of fun painting such a diverse mix of colours and patterns and using lots of different brush techniques to achieve this patterned, textured looking finish. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Have a great day and I'll see you for the next one.